Hey, this is Bo with Engage Plus, and I'm going to show you our integration with IDX into HighLevel. I've made lots of these videos. It seems like there's always still questions. So this one is hopefully designed, I'm going to call it Marketing 101 for real estate. I'm going to start at the very, very beginning and walk you through most scenarios I could think of, hopefully be very comprehensive. It's going to be end up kind of long. I'll see if I can't figure out ways to split it up so you can skip ahead to certain sections. But we're going to dive right in and start from the very beginning, which is obviously a website. So if you're watching this video, you work with realtors, and so some of this is going to be very familiar with you, or you thought it'd be a great niche to go into, and it can be. There's a lot of positives to the niche, but it is not the easiest market in the world either. Or, which seems to be happening more, the people that talk to me, they have a realtor that they want to work with and don't know where to begin. So this guide really is probably more for that group, how to get started in this, what is needed, how it works, and how to expand in. So, okay, so you got the website. The idea, obviously, is through marketing or whatever efforts, and we can go into funnels and everything else later, but ultimately, people want to see properties that meet their criteria, right? So you have a website that has an IDX feed on it. I may do another video later on what IDX is exactly, but essentially, it is showing all of the properties that a realtor can sell, okay, in their area, in their MLS. So this one, Utah Homes page, it's obviously in Utah. I'm in Salt Lake City, so this is actually a client of mine. And so let's see, I'm going to actually pull this up in incognito, so I don't have any, so I'm not logged into anything here. Okay, so all right, so you drive people, ignore the website, your small store. He's my client. He's also my business partner, and we've never launched this because we got so busy with working with high-level agents. So, so it's kind of a weird URL. But anyway, so you drive people to the traffic to the website. However you do that, and they're looking for a house. So let's just go. I'm looking for Stansbury Park, Utah, and I want to find a house that's say $600,000 to $750,000. So I'm doing a search. Okay, very, very standard. Almost every real estate agent you work with is going to have a setup like this through their broker, or they're paying for another CRM like KV Core, Boomtown, something. They have this. This is pretty dang essential for a realtor. I made this very aggressive to show a pop-up right away, just to kind of show you how it works. So you're driving into the website. They're looking at properties. Eventually, something like this is going to pop up, and it's going to say, "Hey, if you want to continue on, you need to register." Right? So we are going to register as a lead. Bo Ray plus test. I don't know which number. 232 at gmail.com, and I'm not going to put a phone number for this one, and I sign up. Okay, now any property that I start looking at can be tracked, but how is that tracked? If they have KV Core or something, then all those properties are going into their KV Core, and this is where it's hard to sell high level to realtors without this kind of system, because they've already got a system almost certainly that is doing this. Either that, or they're one of those realtors that the broker doesn't really support them, and that happens a lot, and they don't even know what's out there. So but even those guys have something, because there's so many places that you could buy a website, a real estate website that is a cookie cutter site with an IDX feed, and it's costing you $70, $80 a month, right? And again, that's one of the hard things about this market and how to market to it, is because there's a lot of cheap solutions for them. Now, we all know those cheap solutions don't work. that's your job to show them the value of having this full system, but that's for a later date. So I am now a lead. I can check properties. I can, view more details. I can favorite the property. Who knows what I'm going to do on it. The point is what happens with that data. Our integration is going to take everything that they do now, and it is going to push it into your HighLevel account. So, and I want to point out that this website does not have to be a HighLevel website. This one happens to be WordPress. You could do Wix, you could do HighLevel. It doesn't matter. The site that this is non-specific to the platform, because it's all about the information that is going into IDX Broker. That's the IDX feed we use, is IDX Broker. And then the API, we grab the information from IDX Broker and we push it into HighLevel. So what ends up happening is this right here. So we have a custom menu link that we've created with our integration, and it's going to show every property that is viewed by every lead. It's going to show how many times they viewed it. If they favorite it, it's going to show that favorite it. It's going to drop them into contacts as well. Okay, and it will fire off workflows that we have built. We created custom triggers in our system to fire off workflows. So you get a new lead, you obviously want to fire off a workflow and let the realtor know, hey, you got a new lead. You want to fire off a text or an email to the lead himself and let him know that that you can there answer questions. Whatever you want to do in the workflow, that's up to you. Okay, sorry, I got like 10 texts in a row there, so I thought I better check out what's going on. So, okay, so like I was saying, we're tracking everything that's coming in, and we're able to fire off workflows based on their activity. And I'll go into the workflows later. Again, this is just kind of an overview and marketing 101. So now, this part is great. It is very, very critical. But how do you get to this point? That's really kind of what everybody's wondering. What's required? What do you need to use to set up? Whatever. So, like I said, we work specifically with IDX Broker. So, the reason why we work with IDX Broker, a couple reasons. We needed a system that had an API, because there's no way to get this integration going without an API. We also wanted one that had, every state has their own MLSs. In fact, I was on the National Association of Realtors the other day looking, and I believe there's 1,000 MLS boards. So that's multiple in every state, obviously. A realtor could belong to one MLS. They could belong to multiple MLSs. MLS is multiple listing service. They always belong to at least one if they're a realtor, okay, a National Association of Realtors. That's almost always people that do residential realty. If they do commercial or rent or anything else, it's a whole different ballgame. So these are realtors that work for the national, that are a member of the National Association of Realtors, which is, there's about almost 2 million of them in the United States, so plenty of them. But with 1,000 MLS providers, there's no way on earth we could have possibly made our own connection into every one of these. In fact, most other IDX systems other than IDX Broker are limited to the MLSs that they connect into. And I've seen several people on HighLevel talk about how they are connecting directly into MLSs. And that's great to get 1 or 2 MLSs in an area. But if you want to be able to market to anybody in the entire country, or even up into Canada, even into Puerto Rico, you need something like this. So this was the best option. I'll show you the coverage that they have. We've yet to run into an MLS that is not on this list. Now, I was actually talking to one of their higher-ups at IDX Broker, actually at Elm Street, and he said, yeah, there's actually a few that we don't work with, that they're really difficult to work with, but it's a handful out of the 1,000. You can see all the major ones in every state is on here. So tip one, if you're going to start looking at working with realtors, or at least a specific realtors, you can come over here and look. In fact, I just had somebody ask if I have an integration into Houston. I think it was HAR MLS, this one right here. So yes, because IDX Broker has that integration for me. So our system would work perfectly fine, because they have to log in, they have to get an account with IDX Broker, but then our integration takes over from there. So what does IDX Broker cost? That is not part of our service. We do not offer an account into IDX Broker. They're their own system. We've just done the integration. It's kind of like, we don't offer you a HighLevel account. You have to have HighLevel to do this. So we always recommend the Platinum plan. We don't get anything out of this, so it's not because we want to make more money, but it's because there's a couple of features in the Platinum that are not in the Lite if we compare plans. And there's two issues. First of all, there's a limit on how many API calls you can make at any point with both the Platinum and the Lite, but the Lite has half as many. So if you're working with a realtor that you are expecting to get a lot of traffic for, which I'm hoping that's what you're expecting to do, is get them a lot of traffic, I wouldn't recommend the Lite at all. So, but I thought I went to compare. But one of the things that Platinum has that Lite doesn't is some of the advanced mapping, like the the multiple points. Hold on, sorry. Spam call. All right, so anyway, go with Platinum. It's a little bit more, but it's worth it. Now, if you're working with an individual realtor, that's the hardest time, because it is $90 for a single realtor license. You start working with teams or small brokerages, then the price becomes much more reasonable. So for a team of 2, it's $110. I believe this is starting at a team of 5. So if we go order now and we just say, so we don't want exact, obviously that's their CRM, which sucks. In fact, I was told by IDX Broker that our integration is better than they have with their own CRM. So if you got 2 users, it only adds $20. So it's what's that? 110. For 3 users, it's 140. Or 3 to 10 users, it's 140. So even at 3 users, that's what drops it down to. I can't do that kind of math. 70, like 50, a little under $50. So from 90 to 50, but that same price goes all the way up to 10. So if you've got 10 users, it's costing $14 a month. Obviously, that price drops dramatically. So it is easy, and there's lots and lots and lots of brokers. There's something like 20,000 brokers in the United States. So there's no shortage of brokers to work with. So, and that just makes it easier for you to sell, because you don't have to, if you include the in your price, if you include IDX Broker in your price, which is how I do it, my price when I talk to realtors is all inclusive. So if you do that, it's not going to cut into when you're working with brokers or teams, it's not going to cut nearly as much into your profit. Or if you just pass the cost along to them and have them pay for it, it's an easier pill to swallow for them as well. So, but once they have their IDX Broker account, we get their website going, all leads start going into HighLevel. So now one of the things that has been brought up many times is the realtor has KV Core, and that's usually the most popular because some major brokerages offer it a kind of a light version of KV Core for free, and they don't charge much for some of the upgrades. So again, one of your challenges you're going to face is when a realtor has KV Core for free, they have their IDX Broker. They do have some sort of automations, though. While I've never worked in IDX Broker, I am told by many, many people that they are miserable. They have horrible training. I was talking to a broker the other day that's leaving KV Core because they have actually never adopted it none of the realtors adopted it because none of them really knew how to use it because KV Core won't train them. So many issues. But again, you're still dealing with an inexpensive system that has everything. So one thing that a lot of high-level agencies have tried to do, and some of them very successfully, is they say, well, let's take HighLevel and let's generate leads through our funnels and automations and everything, and then we'll push everything into your KV Core. The problem is that now they have two systems that more or less do the same thing. One does it better than others in one area, and like HighLevel's automation is second to none, but KV Core already has the integration with the website. So, and the fact is that website integration is going to be more important. So if they have to choose one or the other, they're going to choose KV Core. So by having this system, it will make it so KV Core, they can get rid of KV Core and feel comfortable with it. So, so we have leads coming in through the website, and hold on a second. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm going to pause it for 1 second and come back. Okay, so if you are doing marketing for a realtor, you're going to want more than just the website. The website's great and all, but HighLevel has so much more it could do than just the simple automations. For instance, you can obviously connect in a Facebook lead form. Now, if in that lead form you are asking, if your marketing is around, we call it pretty homes campaigns, right? Somebody is looking for a home in a specific area, and you want to be able to show them homes. So you can use a Facebook lead form to gather, obviously, their name, address, phone number, but then where they want to live, county, city, or zip code, how many bedrooms, how many baths, their minimum price or maximum price is pretty much the default of what you need. And we could take that. We have an automation. Let's see here. Let's just go here. Okay, we have an automation that we call it just push lead to IDX Broker. So rather than just getting leads and bringing them into HighLevel, you could generate leads in HighLevel through funnels or through Facebook lead forms, whatever it is you want, and push those leads into IDX Broker. Now, if they're already in HighLevel, why do we want to push them to IDX Broker? Because once they are in IDX Broker, when you send them, so let me just show you what will happen. We have a funnel that comes with our default, our basic snapshot that basically asks the same questions. A few more, which is always nice. It's one of the nice things about the funnel is you can ask more questions. And I'll actually go into our home buyer readiness funnel, which comes as a premium with a couple of our higher plans. But in this funnel, we are asking, are you a first-time home buyer? Do you need to sell your home, so that we know if they've if they already own a home and they need to sell it before they buy a new one, then you have a buyer lead and a seller lead. So that's great. If they're a first-time home buyer, the realtor's going to know more about how to work with them, and you are going to be able to target your marketing messages to them better because you know more about their situation. So, but beyond that, I'm not going to take you through it's just a standard form survey. So, but once they submit it, it's actually going to take them to a page like this that's going to show them homes that meet their criteria. Now, since we're here and we are, clicking on properties, we're going to be able to track that, and the homes that they look at and save, they're going to come back over into our into HighLevel, so we can check them. I'm actually in the snapshot now, so I don't have that link here anymore. But every property they look at is going to now show up in HighLevel in the custom menu link. So you'll be able to see what properties they became a lead through a funnel, and now you are tracking which pages they're looking at, which properties they're looking at, and again, we can trigger automation based on that. Okay, so in other words, it's a two-way street. You can not only all the leads that are generated from the website, from IDX Broker well, it doesn't have to be an IDX broker, so like I said, it could be WordPress, it doesn't matter. So, but from their website, from their IDX website, all those leads transfer into HighLevel, but all the leads that you generate from other means go into IDX Broker and then flow back in with the properties that they visited. So it kind of makes a round circle and just really makes a complete solution. So the idea is that you won't miss any leads doing that. So now I can show you also another cool feature as you are generating leads. I'm going to pause it again and pull up another page here. Hold on. All right, so you're generating leads either from the website or your funnel pages or Facebook lead forms. It's best for the realtor or somebody on the realtor's team, if they're using an ISA, it doesn't matter, to reach out as fast as possible to that lead. Now, what questions are they going to ask? You want a script of some sort, especially if they are an ISA or an assistant. So, and you want to try to gather more information as well. Now, one of the problems with HighLevel, it's a problem, I don't know, but one of the issues, what makes it hard to generate information while you're on the phone is if, you have all your custom fields. Let's unhide it. You have all your custom fields, and you can organize it, in ways to make it a little bit easier to fill it in, but you still have to do some searching, right? If you're talking to somebody and you're just filling this out, you have to do some searching. What a lot of people have done is they've gone to just notes. So they'll create notes, and then they'll take that information and they'll put it in here later. So neither way is really efficient. What we have done is we have added this little add info button here, and it's going to pull up the contact, and of course, let's close that and pull it up again. Okay, so it's going to pull up the contact, their email address and phone number. We don't care about this because all we want to do is make sure that whatever information we fill out goes to the right contact. So this is a survey, and of course with surveys you have custom script information, custom HTML, so you can actually add the question, the first question they need to ask right here. Once they fill out the information, they go next because it's just a survey, and script 2, and answer these questions, right? Script 3 or page 3. Oh, this one only had 2. So, but you generate that information, and because we have it in a script format, it's much easier. Now, you can obviously put a custom menu link down here and gather the information, but sometimes if you don't have the phone number, you don't have the email address, you don't want to have to go back and grab it, it makes it a little bit more difficult. This makes it very easy to fill out. Now we also have it in the phone modal if we go to contacts. So if you're calling somebody, you can do it right from if their phone would pull up contacts. All right, there we go. So we have it here, and it's going to be the exact same thing. Since it's pulling from the phone system, it's only got the phone number. So if you're doing outbound phone calls, you could do it here. If somebody calls in, you could do it here. Either way, you could do it here if you want. So it's a little added feature that we have built in to make it a little easier to gather more information. And the more information you can gather about these leads, the more your client, or the realtor, your client, the realtor, can help their client, who is the one looking for the home. So I think I'm going to stop this now. I hope that gave you a good overview of how it works. I guess what I didn't do is go into how you set up an account. In fact, I'll do that here really quick. I'm going to pull up another incognito window. We've actually created a fully, the system is completely we didn't build it in HighLevel. This is an entirely separate system that we then integrated through the API into HighLevel. That way we can track more. We have our own database where we can start gathering information about what leads do, and use that information to again help you and help your clients even more. So focus if I can spell. All right, so when you sign up for our system, you will get an account into our IDX HL. And I think it's just slow right now. Maybe. All right, I'm going to pause it till it comes up. And of course, the second I paused it, it started working. So let's just go into my agency here. Switch login. Okay, so your dashboard will look like this. Right now, the sole purpose of it is to see your clients and to deactivate them if they leave, or to add a new client, which you do obviously right here. So you fill out their information. I'm not going to save it, so I will just type it whatever, you@me.com. Okay, so once you get all their information in, you put in their API, their IDX API key, which you will get once they sign up for IDX Broker. You put in their location ID from their sub account in your HighLevel, and you put in their API key here, not your agency one, but their API key to their sub account. And then inside of IDX Broker, there is this IDX Broker app ID, as we call it, that we need as well. So once we have that information, it will automatically create their account, and then you will see them here. You only have to get the menu link on the first client. You add the custom menu link into the agency side of your HighLevel account and tie it to that particular location. And if you don't know how to do that, that's in part of our training. So you'll see. If you only work with Realtor, you could just say show up on all locations. If you work with all sorts of different type of niches, you want to make sure you only put that on, obviously, the Realtor ones. So, but again, you only have to create the custom menu link once, and then after that, you simply once you set them up in IDX or in our in here, you don't have to grab that again. You simply if you have it set to all locations, it's just going to work. If you otherwise, you have to just go in and tie it to that location too in the custom menu link area. And again, we have training on that. Just know that it's really easy to set up, and our system takes care of it from there. So let's see. Let's go back into our basic snapshot. Does come with several workflows to make hot lead workflows, new lead notifications, and a really cool one is our save search results email. Now, this works great when you generate leads outside of HighLevel or outside of IDX Broker when you do it through a funnel or something, because when we send it into IDX Broker, we also create what's called a save search. Some people in the industry call it a hot sheet. So it's what this would be considered as an auto hot sheet. So what we could do now is whenever a property meets the criteria of whatever it is that lead wants, we could send them an email through their IDX Broker account. So let's go marketing and email campaign. No, not campaigns, templates. And here's our save search. So let's just open it up. Okay, so since this is a template, obviously you would put whatever image you want, or take the image out, put your title, the header, the contact. This is up to you. The footer is up to you. This right here is a custom field that we populate with the properties that meet their search criteria. Now, we'll show up to 8 properties in this email, and you control that in the dashboard of our integration. If you want, obviously 1 is required, up to 8 properties. But beyond that, we also have this view all property. So if there's 1620, we did not want to have an email with 1,000 properties in it. So we limit the amount of properties here, and then they can click here and view all properties, and it's going to pull up a page like this one. So now that is a fairly detailed overview of how the whole thing works. I will go into much more detail in later videos of every really part of this, and including some links in IDX Broker. I'm in wrong place in here, where you can create really cool marketing pieces and make it just super simple for your client to to generate leads and to show those leads information that is not only geo-targeted to their area, but also hyper-focused to what they are looking for. So if you have any questions based off of this particular very long 31 minutes and counting explanation, let me know. If you think I missed entire sections, let me know, and I'll either redo this or figure out a good way to just add the information into it. So till we speak or whatever, have a great day, and I really look forward to hopefully working with you. Thanks.